For the case study of OZA using scientific management principles, we have concluded two recommendations on how to solve the problems of OZA. For the first recommendations, we propose three steps based on principle one of scientific management. A well-defined description of the recommendation. The first one, improve employee efficiency, identifying the most efficient ways to perform tasks for time and motion studies. Second one, standardization, developing a science for each element of work. And the last one is skill workforce. OZA must rigorously apply the principle of scientifically selecting, training, and developing in its workforce. Tasks and steps that need to be carried out. For improved employee efficiency, customizing the most effective way to perform the task and standardizing this process across the organizations to ensure consistency and efficiency. For standardization, optimizing package handling and ground operation for standardized procedures can reduce delay and improve turnaround times. For skilled workforce, this means not only hiring individuals based on their potential and suitability for the aviation industry, but also providing comprehensive training that cover both technical skill and customers' wise.
So in this section, I will discuss about the people who will be in charge of carrying out each task. First one is the industrial engineers and the operation research analyst. Will conduct the time and motion studies to identify the efficient work process. The next one is the HR requirement, which will refine hiring process to ensure the candidates are selected based on their potential and sustainability for specific roles within the aviation industry. And the third one is the training and development managers will oversee the creation and implementation of comprehensive training programs covering the technical skills and customer service. And next is the frontline workers, which like pilots, cabin crew, and the group personnel will provide insights into operational challenge and suggest improvement, what they can improve or something like that, and based on their day-to-day experience. And next is the department heads and managers that will facilitate communication between their teams and the task force, ensuring that changes are implemented smoothly and efficiently, and will give the good improvement to the aviation. And the last one is the executive leadership will ensure that all initiatives are aligned with the organization's strategic objectives, monitoring progress and adjusting the strategies as necessary. Next is we will talk about the timeline and location of the task completion. The first one is the use digital platforms and data analytics tools for gathering and analyzing performance data. The second one is the engage with stakeholders, including employees, customers, and partners for the feedbacks and suggestion. The last one is ensure the transparency in communication regarding change and their expected benefits. By adding this to this timeline and focusing activities in strategies of locations, OGR can systematically apply the scientific management principles. This approach not only optimizes operational efficiency and workforce development, but also fosters a culture of innovation and continuous improvement. Lastly, by balancing cost reduction with quality service and employee well-being, OZR can strengthen its marketing position and achieve the sustainable growth. Next, we will talk about the cost. OZR should not focus only on cost reduction, but also they have to consider the impacts of its decision on customer satisfaction. employee well-being, and long-term sustainability because it's really important to grow their aviation company. And by balancing the cost consideration with the need for quality, service, and operational efficiency, OGR can improve its reputation, retain customer loyalty, and achieve better financial performance. And last is about the potential problem, which is the first one is the resistance to change. The second one is the overemphasis of efficiency over quality, loss of creativity and innovation, skill gaps and training needs, cost of implementation, employee well-being and job satisfaction. And the last one is the misalignment with corporate culture. And by anticipating these potential problems and implementing strategies to address them, OCR can more effectively leverage the principle of scientific management to improve operational efficiency and the customer satisfaction and overall competitiveness in the aviation industry.
Here's the recommendation 2, which uses the second principle in scientific management to fix the problem in OZR. This is a well-defined description of the recommendation. For select, they could set requirements for the people apply the jobs, and they could testing the experience and skills during the recruitment activities. For training, they could make an orientation activities for new employees and targeted development training programs with the professional skills and knowledge. These are the tasks and steps that they need to carry out. For selecting process, they could set a lowest requirements for the people who wants to apply the job, and they could, after receive the application from the people who wants to apply the jobs, they could send offers to people who had a better experience and knowledge. And they could also set an exam for testing people's knowledge. The face-to-face interview could directly know the attitudes the people during the work. For the training process, they need to do a brief introduction for the working process and goals. They need to hire people with great working skills to be trainers, and they could better train the employees to be higher efficient, and setting professional skills training for each element in working process. They could motivate the employee with the benefits when they reach the goals. These are the people who will be in charge for carrying out each task. For selecting process, Human Resources Administration will be responsible. They could clearly review the resume of the graduates and also other people apply for the work. They could clearly know their graduate schools and the previous jobs, and evaluate the person whether they could handle the jobs well. They could set goals and rewards for the people to finish the goal, and every working department will be also responsible to it, such as pilots or attendants. They could give out their experts employees to make interview and introduction process. They could set exams, questions, and teaching professional skills for the new employees.
We talked about who's in charge and when and where to finish the task. As far as the first point, it's mainly to the HR management department and the recruitment team. Since the point involves many aspects, it will take somewhere between 3 to 6 months from starting to develop new recruitment criteria until they are fully implemented. The final execution will happen either within HRM or in a dedicated recruitment office. On the other hand, the second point is the joint effort by the training department, HR department, and department heads. It takes more than 6 months up to a year to complete, using a combination of offline and online methods. Finally, let's talk about the costs and potential problems. When it comes to costs, we have two specific points. technology costs and labor costs. And both of them require us to adopt new technologies in order to achieve our goals. And at the same time, we also need to reorganize our employees' work. But when it comes to training, there is additional cost. The cost of training materials and facilities move on to potential problems. For the first point, it might involve employee boycotts. Additionally, there could be delays in the recruitment process and job vacancies because implementing new standards may take longer for hiring new staff members. As far as the second point, it includes technical issues and resource constraints. For example, we might not have enough technical support for online training. This is our reference. Thank you for listening.